Uber and Airbnb are just a couple of the apps that are out there that prove you don't need to own a car or a hotel to succeed in business.
It's an economic trend of access instead of ownership. Tech expert Shelly Palmer joins us now to explain. Good morning, Mr. Palmer.
Good morning back. Well, this isn't totally new in any way. What's new is how big the fight is getting. Just yesterday, France banned Uber Pop, which is their version of Uber where you don't need to be a professional driver. It's like Uber X here in the States, and they just banned it after the cab drivers went crazy protesting. There were some really violent protests in France. And what this is really about is cab drivers and livery drivers don't want normal people making a living driving you around because they feel like their hack licenses are somehow sacred. And of course, in the hotel business, we have the same thing going on where hotels are sort of fighting back against you renting out your apartment through Airbnb and other sharing services like that. So we have these two economies coming together. The sharing economy or on-demand economy where us as consumers just want to go, hey, I want to press a button to get a hotel room. I want to press a button to get a car. And then there are the people who actually make a living doing these things saying, no, we're not going to let it happen. Pretty funny video on YouTube the other day called Save the Moguls. It was a total anti-Airbnb campaign. It's kind of humorous, but at the end of the day, everybody who's against this is on the wrong side of history. Maybe for the right reasons in their own mind, but the wrong side of history because we are going towards an on-demand economy pretty quickly.
Living in New York City, though, I've got my own issues with Airbnb. I get that you can make a lot of extra income, but at the same time, let's say you live next to somebody who's continuously renting out their apartment to Airbnb. You've got strange folks in the building. If you don't live in a doorman building, people that are coming and going, you don't know what's going to go on. We've seen plenty of stories where there have been some rather interesting parties thrown in apartments, and it really has the potential to impact the quality of life for other people who live in that building.
It has a huge impact on the quality of life. When you have any kind of apartment next to transient rentals, you're going to have a different kind of clientele and different kind of lifestyle. Right. So some level of regulation is going to have to occur, but what is absolute is that unless people start to change dramatically the way they use their smartphones and the way they expect to live their lives, we're going to have to come to some equilibrium. And remember, the largest car company that gets you cars doesn't own a car, and Airbnb doesn't own a hotel room, and Seamless Web doesn't own a restaurant. Right. All of the things that we want, because we want them when we want them, a lot of these companies are just apps.
I wish I could make billions of dollars not owning any of these things.
Just invent one, you know, find an inefficiency in the world and make it your own.
Where's your idea, Huddy?
Oh,
guacamole.
Filled with them. Guacamole.
Meatballs. Some contest. You make a contest app.
Yeah, I'll sponsor contests every
week.
Oh, this one. We're onto something. Okay. Good.
All right,
or maybe
Shelly
dance
Palmer.
parties.
Thank you, Shelly. ShellyPalmer.com or at Shelly Palmer.